Hey, this is Trish Jones, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the Armoured Women podcast. And today I'm actually going to be talking about identity, but from a perspective of perfectionism and how that can actually destroy our identity. First of all, let me apologize. I am actually away from home at the moment, so this isn't my normal setting. Not that that should bother us, because I think that that's one of the problems that I'm talking about today in terms of perfectionism. And the other thing is I am going to travel shortly, so I've got my thermals on. I wasn't going to change. So I recorded a previous video and actually said as much in there as well, and that I wasn't going to change for this next video either. Because over the years, this is one of the things that I have actually noticed more so with women than men, that when people are recording, we're looking for the perfect background. We want them to have the perfect makeup on. I have got zero, and I don't care. We want them to have the perfect clothes, and then we say their earrings are too big or too small. It's stupidity, okay? This is one thing I am really, really passionate about, that one of the things that actually stops women doing what they ought to be doing is that they just keep wanting everything to look perfect, and they want everybody to believe that they're all put together and everything is fine. Let me tell you, everything is not fine around here. I have my camera or my phone at the moment on a tripod, and it's being held up by my daughter's hairband because the USB-C end that I needed for my camera, I forgot it. Right. And then I didn't have the adapter for my iPhone. So I'm like, what am I going to do? And I'm like, you know what? Be resourceful. And then I recorded a video the other evening for a project that I'm doing, and crackle. And it was where I was actually holding the microphone at the end where the XLR cable plugs into the microphone. And so crackle all the time. So I thought, what am I going to do? I could just hold the microphone and just be careful about not holding the end, but I was worried that any movement was going to create this kind of static sound again. So you know what I did? I put my microphone is actually standing right now on a golden syrup squeezy bottle. Right? And it's just catched there, as it were. So I better not knock it, because I'll knock it off. But I just thought, you know what? This project needs to be done. I want it done before I go back home. We've had a long weekend away. And I just thought, just do it. Stop being so perfectionist. But sometimes, basically, we just have to do things imperfectly. And really what I want you to get out of this podcast today is, what is the thing that God has been telling you to do, right? And that you've been putting it off because everything is not in place. You feel that you don't have all of the right equipment. You feel that all the ducks are not lined up, as it were. But you do have something that you can actually start with, but you're holding off because it doesn't look like so-and-so set up. Or if I write, I'm not writing like this person. And one of the things that I talk about often is putting a demand on our gift. And the only way we can put a demand on our gift is actually to keep doing that thing over and over and over again. Let me tell you, with the distraction I had just now, before I would be so worried, like, oh my gosh, I've got to start this recording again because, Elodie knocked the door or somebody made a noise or whatever. Now I really don't care. And the thing is, people prefer to see things raw because they know that you're real. And am I going to do some edits? Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do some editing, but I'm not going to edit out everything. And so what I'm saying is, we sometimes say that we have an identity problem when we really have a movement problem. We have an activity problem because we just won't get on and do certain things because it won't be like other people's and it won't be perfect. This podcast episode is far from perfect. In fact, actually, I am talking and looking as though I'm on video, and I'm forgetting that, I'm actually going to download this and it's going to be an audio as well. And so I have to remember that there are certain things that I have to do to let the people know on audio that I'm actually doing this on video. Am I going to worry about it? Next time round, I will think about it. And that's the other important thing. When you actually do something, you can go back and have a look at it and see where you can improve next time round. But at least you've done it. Back in, I can't remember when it was, when did Joe Frazier fight Muhammad Ali? When they went to have the second fight, because if I'm not wrong, Joe Frazier knocked out Muhammad Ali. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But then when they went to fight the second time, rather than just having Muhammad Ali in the ring just keep fighting, they actually watched the videos over and over of the moves that Joe Frazier made. And I don't remember how long it was, but Muhammad Ali knocked him out in no time when they actually had the fight. But why? Because he looked at his right hand hook and his left hand hook. And if I'm getting these hooks muddled up, forgive me, because I'm really not into boxing. But he looked at where he could improve by actually looking at the moves of his opponent. And sometimes we just have to do the thing and then go back and edit. And so don't be a perfectionist. Part of your identity is actually doing that thing and becoming better and better at that thing. That is what you call excellence. The Bible is all about excellence, not about perfection. If people tell you that you have to do things perfectly, it really is a roadblock to what God has called you to do. Excellence, on the other hand, is always improving, always thinking of ways that you can do things easier and better. And so, like me, with my setup here today, I realized in the previous video that the corner of the TV was showing and it didn't look good because nobody would know what it was. And I just thought, you know what, just turn the camera slightly. And so, okay, now you've got a view of the curtain and the chair and whatever, but it's like, it really doesn't matter, right? Daniel, the Bible says, had an excellent spirit. It didn't say that he had a perfect spirit. So come on, you can do this. I have every faith in you. And that's it for today's episode. I am looking forward to going home and sleeping in my own bed, even though the bed here has been really nice. But it's been great. And I've done some things this weekend that I probably wouldn't have done had I been at home, because I would have found reasons, I would have dithered. But I just thought, you know what? This is so imperfect. I've had to ask my husband, by the way, to, sit in the bedroom and drink his tea. Actually, I told him to pack his bag because he was waiting for me to do it. And I'm like, come on, pack your bag whilst I'm doing this video. But other than that, if they walk in, they walk in. But I just chose to say, right, let me practice what I preach. Do it imperfectly. So you go do this imperfectly, your thing, whatever your thing is. Okay, that's it. Ciao for now. I will see you in the next episode of the Armoured Women podcast. Okay, ciao.